When foreign reporters immediately mock and ridicule Filipinos, this is what happens. I'm excited to see this. A lot of you guys linked this video over and said that it's really interesting to see, especially considering this karma that you witness. So, without further ado, come join me. Let's go.
Alam mo ba na may ilang foreign journalist na nangutya sa mga Pilipino at nagbayad ng mabigat na halaga matapos gawin ito?
Yep.
May mga tao na natututo sa mahirap na paraan. Akala kasi nila ay maaari nilang sabihin anumang gusto nila. Kutyain ang sino mang gusto nila nang walang kahit anong consequences. Ngunit nito lamang mga nakaraang taon, isang bagay ang natuklasan ng ilang mayayabang na foreign journalist. Ang bihwa ng mga Pilipino ay hindi dapat maliitin. Ininsulto nila, minaliit at ginawang biro ang buong bansa na kalaunan ay pinagbayaran nila.
And what's funny is you did it with Filipinos. Like, they are very like group oriented. Like, if you hurt one of them, a lot of them like come at you. And it's kind of like a simple basis, right? This applies to them with family members as well. And it's a really beautiful thing. I think this is why I resonate with Filipinos a lot, is because even me being Brazilian, I'm very close-knit with my family. And it's kind of one of those things. It's like we all stay together. And I think this applies to Filipinos overall, just as a whole. They do not accept people disrespecting them in a way. And what's funny is they are some of the kindest people, but I think people get way too comfortable being disrespectful because they think they're kind and they're just not going to do anything. Ridiculous. And it's really pathetic.
Deserve, ika nga. Narito ang kwento ng ilang foreign journalist na humarap sa napakalaking backlash, pagkasira ng karir at sa ilang kaso ay ganap na kahihiyan matapos kutyain ang Pilipinas at ang mga mamamayan nito. Para katropa at kilalanin natin sila. Pero bago po natin simulan ang talakayan na ito, inaanyayahan ko po kayo na i-like ang video na ito.
Maraming salamat po.
Napakalaking tulong para sa aming mga content creator. Maraming
salamat po. Hey, maraming salamat po. Grabe.
Imagine this, katropa.
Sorry.
May isang high-profile international travel panel kung saan nagtipon ang mga industry expert mula sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo upang pag-usapan ang pinakamagagandang destinasyon ngayong 2025. Then, isang so-called expert ang nagbukas ng kanyang bibig at ininsulto ang isang buong bansa. Siya ay si Mark Reynolds,
Oh my
isang
gosh.
kilalang British travel journalist. Isang tao na sumulat tungkol sa Southeast Asia sa loob ng maraming taon. Ngunit hindi naman talaga ito ganap na naiintindihan. Sa isang live event, tumawa siya at sinabing,
Honestly, the Philippines is just a bunch of beaches and chaotic cities. If you want history, go to Europe. If you want culture, go to Japan. The Philippines is for people who just want cheap vacations and Instagram photos.
tumahimik.
Oh my gosh. That had to be one of the stupidest. You know what's funny is that statement can apply. Anyone can say anything about any place exactly the way he said it, and in their brains it would fit. You could have applied that to Japan. Japan is just a bunch of anime toys, and Tokyo is just a bunch of anime toys, and then they're just really strict rules. It's stupid. Like, you could say that about anything. You could say, like, working out is just about picking up a weight, and it's like there's a word for it, but it's dumbing down everything just to make it look stupid to prove your point. When in reality, it's not that simple. It's not that black and white. For Instagram photo. Some people go to places for Instagram photos, don't get me wrong. And that's stupid and dumb. When I went to the Philippines, I went there primarily to experience the people, the food, and just that breath of fresh air, to see a completely different culture living in front of me, right? And being involved in that. And the Philippines has so much of that, so much culture, so much beautiful things going on. But of course, I don't even need to explain this. This applies to a lot of different countries. And the Philippines, for me, is my favorite, top of the list. And I've been to Japan. I love Japan too. But we're not going to sit here and pretend like Japan is just miles better than the Philippines. These are like two different styles, two different beauties operating simultaneously next to each other. The beauty that is Japan is like, the reason you can even find the beauty in Japan is because the beauty in the Philippines exists. And let me explain. The Philippines has this almost tropical and wonderful beauty with this kind of traditional pork and all of these foods. And there's pork in Japanese food too, but like they have a completely different style and culture. So the fact that he said that just shows me that how are you a travel influencer without understanding this basis? Why am I explaining this to a 5-year-old? It's like I'm explaining this to a little kid. He doesn't know what he's talking about, period.
Mik ang lahat at pagkaraan ay nagtawanan ng malakas. Ngunit ang mga Pilipino, well, hindi nila ito ikinatuwa. Ang internet ay sumabog. Ang backlash ay agaran. Sa loob lamang ng ilang oras, ang Twitter, Facebook at maging ang TikTok ay binahan ng samot-saring tugon at komento.
What a dumb...
Ang hashtag Boycott Mark Reynolds ay nag-trend sa buong mundo. Ang mga Pilipino historian, traveler at influencer ay nagpakawala ng sangkaperwang facts laban kay Reynolds.
You know what the problem is some people may think that's an overreaction. It's not. I mean, boycotting him for that, you know, a lot of people can say it's about opinion. He can have his own opinion. Yeah, that's right. He can have his own opinion. But I think when you're an influencer, and I think a lot of people say this about me too, but when you are an influencer, right, you have to understand the things that you say and how people will take them and they will listen to you, right? You don't want to go around uttering BS about places when you're supposed to be a well-respected and well-trusted person and tell a lie. You know what I mean? That's why it's very heavy on you. That's why they want to boycott you. It's not just about what you said, right? I guarantee you, Filipinos know that there's some people that just don't like the Philippines, and it is what it is. And there's some people that don't like Japan, and it is what it is, right? But when you are a figure or you're a reporter in this instance for travel, you are literally in the section that can control whether a person one day decides to visit the Philippines or not. And you tell a lie. Like, it's not even an opinion, it's a lie. They're only beaches and Instagram photos. What? Like, that is disrespectful. That's not even an opinion. That's just disrespectful. I guarantee none of you guys, you've probably been to a place that you didn't really enjoy outside of the Philippines or outside of the US. You probably didn't enjoy, but you're not going to go around and say it's only for Instagram photos, right? You're going to be like, no, it has a beautiful culture. It's just not for me, right? That's how it is, right? I love the Philippines. It may not be for everyone in terms of culture, right? Maybe some people are just way super cleanly and they just don't. And I'm not saying the Philippines is dirty, but I'm saying like some people are like over the top, right? They're like, I can't wear flip-flops in this. Bro, I wear flip-flops everywhere. I go bare feet in the concrete streets. I love the Philippines, bro. Everything about it so raw, so genuine, tropical, everything. Some people don't like tropical. Some people want something else. Same concept, right? But with that being said, the idea that you can just throw a culture in the trash by just saying something that's stupid, like it's just for Instagram photo, bro, come on, dog. You're a travel like reporter. You have more like experience knowing that that's not all that a country is. Like, that's just rude, bro.
Isang tweet ang nag-viral.
Mark Reynolds, you think we're just beaches? Tell that to the bones of our ancestors who fought colonizers for centuries. Come here. We will teach you real history.
Isa pang user ang tumugon.
Southeast Asia is not just Thailand and Bali. The Philippines has history older than some European nations. Do your research before you open your mouth.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Ang outrage ay hindi lamang online, pati ang mga Filipino tourism official, mga historian at maging ang mga politiko ay nagbigay ng kanilang opinyon. Si Mark Reynolds ay tila nakatapak ng bomba at hindi niya ito inaasahan. Noong una, hindi ito masyadong binigyang pansin ni Reynolds at ikinuring na overreaction lamang ang natatanggap niyang mga komento. Ngunit talaunan, nagsimulang magdatingan ang mga consequences ng kanyang ginawa.
How could you think it's an overreaction? You are in the position, you are a reporter. Oh my gosh, and you're there for travel. You're a reporter and you're saying something about a country that at a position of influence. How are you surprised that people are not going to just handle that? You are not some random stranger, right? I guarantee the Philippines, they wouldn't really care if it was just some random stranger. He works a regular job and he just didn't like the Philippines and he told his friend or his family, don't go. Whatever, bro. But when it's somebody of influence, it's in the name. You're in a position of influence at a seminar telling people this. Like now you're really like spreading lies that could harm the Philippines in the sense that people will believe that. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. Like you don't want to do that.
Ibinaba ng isang major airline ang kanyang endorsement deal. Isang travel magazine ang dumistansya sa kanya at maging ang British-Filipino communities ay na-demand ng formal apology.
Wow.
Ang kanyang employer, isang prestigious travel publication ay naharap sa isang matinding pressure. Pinaulanan ng mga Pilipino ang kanilang mga social media pages ng mga demand tulad ng
If Mark Reynolds represents your views, we will never read your magazine again.
Of course.
Sa huli, wala silang choice kundi binggin ang mga demands na ito. Naglabas ang publication ng isang pahayag.
We acknowledge the concerns raised by the Filipino community, and we value the Philippines as a rich and diverse destination. We have spoken with Mr. Reynolds, and discussions are ongoing.
Oh, here we go.
Ngunit, hindi ito naging sapat at ang galit ng mga Pilipino ay hindi pa rin humupa. Ang susunod na journalist na ating pag-uusapan ay si Rachel Donovan, ang reporter na nagsabing ang mga Pilipino ay masyadong emosyonal. Nagsimula ang lahat pagkatapos ng isang sakuna na tumama sa Pilipinas. Noong 2024, isang malakas na bagyo ang nanalasa sa bansa na nag-iwan ng wasak na mga komunidad, sirang mga bahay at mga pamilya na nagkawatak-watak. Libu-libong buhay ang nawala at ang Pilipinas ay muling naharap sa isang mabigat na pagsubok. Ngunit gaya ng bapi, ang matatag na diwa ng mga Pilipino ay nagningning. Sa kabila ng pagkawasak, ang mga Pilipino ay nagsama-sama. Tinulungan ng isa't isa sa anumang makakaya nila, mula sa pagkain at tubig hanggang sa emosyonal na suporta. Ang international community, tulad ng lagi nilang ginagawa sa mga panahon ng krisis, ay ibinaling ang kanilang mga mata sa Pilipinas. At doon, sa gitna ng pagkawasak, ay tumayo si Rachel Donovan, isang senior correspondent mula sa isa sa mga pangunahing news network ng US na ipinadala upang i-cover ang nangyaring trahedya. Si Donovan, na kilala sa kanyang matalim na estilo ng pag-uulat, ay inatasan upang idokumento ang epekto ng bagyo sa mga mamamayang Pilipino. Sa pag-ikot ng kamera, iniulat niya ang lagay ng Pilipinas at isinalaysay ang pagkawasak na dulot ng trahedya. Ngunit sa isang sandali na hindi inaasahan ng lahat, idinagdag niya ang isang komento na gumulat sa buong Pilipinas at sa international community.
Filipinos are always so emotional about these things. Every time there's disaster, they cry, they beg for help, and they make themselves look like victims. Maybe it's time they learn to handle things better.
Okay, this is possibly the top 10 most angry I've ever been at a comment. And reason being is because now it's just I have like 5 videos showing Filipinos laughing at a situation that they're sadly accustomed to. And I say sadly in the sense that the fact that typhoons, they can't control it. Typhoons happen, 20 at least appear in the Philippines a year, and they just have to deal with it. And they just overcome that, and they have a beautiful, optimistic perspective on it. They smile, they help each other, they move forward. Now, of course, there's the ones who cry because maybe in that moment they lost their house or they lost their family member. That has to be the stupidest statement, most disgusting and despicable statement I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, actually. I've never seen somebody utter words like that and be so completely wrong, because the Filipinos, a lot of the time you don't see them cry and beg for help. But of course there is the ones who do, because maybe in that instance, they can't smile right now. They have to grieve for a second because they just lost a family member, just lost their dog, just lost their house, or whatever it is. But the beautiful thing is, like that, they'll smile again, they'll move forward and rebuild. The fact that she just out in front of everybody lies, because it is a lie, right? Oh, they are so emotional, and every time there's a disaster, they cry, they beg for help, makes themselves look like the victim. Are they not a victim? That's like saying somebody who was just stabbed is acting like a victim. Are you stupid? Like, that's her logic. Somebody was just stabbed. Look at them. They just got stabbed. They're acting like a victim every time they get stabbed. Like, come on. Are you fucking dumb? What? No, bro.
Noong sandaling yun, labis na imis at galit ang naramdaman ng mga Pilipino.
Whoa.
Doon, nakapayo siya sa gitna ng isa sa pinakawasak na lugar sa mundo.
And to say that from a position where you are documenting, and of course, it's a beautiful thing to be able to be there and document and be able to spread awareness. That's a good thing. But then to use that position, stand there on your 2 feet, knowing that your house wasn't destroyed, to say that they're a victim, they're acting like victims, shut the fuck up, bro.
Nagkomento sa emosyonal na
Nah,
reaksyon ng
that's
mga
crazy.
tao na nagdurusa. Isang bansang kilala sa katatagan, lakas at kakayahang magkaisa sa harap ng sakuna ay minaliit lamang ng isang foreign journalist. Itinuring ang kanilang emotional response bilang kahinaan. Ang mga komento ni Rachel Donovan ay hindi lamang walang malasakit, kundi ganap na walang pakiramdam. Ang mga
Very
Pilipino
insensitive.
na nakayanan ang mga siglo ng pagdurusa mula sa mga kalamidad, kawalan ng katatagan sa ekonomiya, pananakop ng mga banyaga at mga digmaan, ay patuloy na nagpapakita ng kanilang katatagan at pagkakaisa. Ang diwa ng Pilipino ay binuos sa katatagan at emosyon, at hindi ito tanda ng kahinaan, kundi isang pinagkukunan ng lakas. Ngunit ang mga salita ni Donovan ay binaliwala ang lahat ng ito. Bigo siyang maunawaan na ang mga luha ng isang Pilipinong ina na naghahanap sa kanyang anak,
Yeah, dog.
o ang pag-iyak ng isang ama na nakahawak sa mga gamit ng kanyang pamilya ay hindi tanda ng kahinaan, kundi tanda ng hindi matitinad na kagustuhang mabuhay,
Yeah.
muling bumuo at bumangon. Sa sandaling i-ere ang kanyang ulat, ang backlash ay agaran at walang humpay. Sumabog ang galit sa social media. Libo-libong mga Pilipino mula sa loob at labas ng bansa ang agad na nagpunta sa mga platform tulad ng Twitter, Facebook at Instagram upang tawagin si Donovan dahil sa kanyang kamangmangan at kawalan ng pakiramdam. Ang mga hashtags tulad ng Filipinos are not victims at Rachel Donovan apologize ay nagsimulang mag-trending. Ang isang particular na tweet ay nakakuha ng milyon-milyong retweets at likes.
Filipinos don't cry because they're weak. They cry because they've been through a lot and still keep fighting. Educate yourself, Rachel.
Hindi man tagal,
Bro, that
kumalat
just
ang kwento sa labas
so
ng
disrespectful. And
Pilipinas.
it's true what he just said.
Sinimulang kwestiyonin ng mga international
Gotta educate
journalists at
yourself.
media outlets ang professionalism at empathy ni Donovan. Ang mga panawagan para sa apology ay dumagsa sa kanyang mga network at social media account. Marami ang nagpunto na bilang isang journalist, dapat sana ay nag-focus siya sa pagpapalakas ng boses ng mga nakaligtas at pagpapakita ng kanilang katatagan, sa halip na maliitin ang kanilang mga emotional response. Ang galit ay hindi lamang uminog sa pangkahalatang publiko. Ang mga kilalang personalidad sa Pilipinas, mga aktivista at maging ang mga eksperto ay nagbigay ng kanilang opinyon. Kinondena ang mga salita ni Donovan bilang offensive. Ngunit ang pinakamalaking bagok ay nagmula sa sponsor ni Donovan. Sa loob ng 24 oras, ilang malalaking brand at kumpanya na dati ay sumusuporta sa kanyang trabaho ay nagsimulang mag-pull out ng kanilang mga
Well, of course.
advertisement mula sa kanyang network.
Nothing they did was
Ang
professional.
social media ay naglagablab sa mga panawagan para sa boycott sa mga brand na patuloy na sumusuporta sa kanya. At marami ang tumugon sa panawagan. Hindi magtagal, naglabas ang kanyang network ng isang formal na pahayag na naglalayo sa sarili nito mula sa kanyang mga pahayag.
Wow.
We deeply regret the remarks made by Rachel Donovan. We don't condone any form of cultural insensitivity, and we're committed to ensuring that our coverage of international tragedies is done with utmost respect.
Sabi ng network sa anilang public apology. Ngunit para kay Donovan, ang pinsala ay hindi na maibabalik pa. Ang kanyang reputasyon na dati ay solido sa mundo ng journalism ay sira na ngayon. Mula sa pagiging isang respetadong reporter, siya ay naging isa ng paraya sa kanyang industriya. Ang kanyang pangalan ay naging trending hindi dahil sa kanyang mga tagumpay, kundi dahil sa kanyang tahasang kawalan ng respeto sa lakas at dignidad ng buong bansa.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Sa paglipas ng mga linggo, naramdaman ni Rachel Donovan ang lalong pag-iisa. Pagliit ng mga alok ng trabaho at ang kanyang professional network ay nagsimulang dumistansya sa kanya. Ang public fallout mula sa kanyang mga pahayag ay naging sanhi para siya ay halos maging unemployable. At bagaman hindi siya nagbigay ng anumang
Well, why
formal
would you say something like
apology,
that? Exactly.
ang pinsala ay nangyari na.
Yeah, it's
Ang
done.
kanyang career na itinaguyod sa mga taon ng pagsusumikap ay nadiskaril sa isang iglap. Ang mga Pilipino ay umusad na. Muli nilang ipinakita sa mundo na gaano man karaming beses silang matumba, sila ay babangon, mas malakas kaysa dati. At habang ang mga pahayag ni Rachel Donovan ay isang mantsa sa kanyang legasiya, ang katapagan ng sambayan ng Pilipino ay lalo pang lumiwanan pagkatapos nito. Ngayon,
Oh, dear.
personala na ito.
There's
Si
another.
Liang Chen,
Oh.
isang journalist mula sa Chinese state media, ay nakadawa ng pinakamalalang pagkakamali sa kanyang karera noong 2025. Habang nag-uulap tungkol sa tensyon sa South China Sea, siya ay ngumiti sa live
Look at that.
television at
Come
sinabing,
The Philippines should know its place. Its military is small. It cannot stand against China. They should just accept reality.
There's no way this is just happening. Like, how do people get so comfortable? And this applies to any place. Like, some people get so comfortable with their position, they think they could just say, like, very brutal and horrible things, man. That's terrible.
muli, ang galit ng mga Pilipino ay bumuhos sa social media. Isang user ang nag-tweet ng,
Has he forgotten history? The Philippines has stood up to giants before. Spain, the US, Japan, and now China.
kalaunan, dumating ang pinakamalaking kahiyan para sa journalist. Nang sumunod na buwan, sa isang military drill kasama ang US at Japan, nilampasan ng mga sundalong Pilipino ang mga expectations.
Yeah, dog.
Naging viral ang video ng mga Filipino Special Forces kung saan ipinakita nila ang kanilang husay at kahandaang lumaban. Dahil dito, napilitan si Liang na kainin ang kanyang mga salita. Agad na pinanggal ang Chinese state media ang kanyang segment. Ngunit huli na ang lahat. Ang pinsala ay nagawa na. Hindi ito kailanman makakalimutan ng mga Pilipino.
Yeah, they'll never
Ngayon,
forget it.
Oras na para marinig ang boses
Yeah, you guys let me know what you think. I definitely feel like incredibly angry and disappointed that some people would be comfortable doing that in a position of power, right? In a position of influence, saying these things, disrespectful and just disgusting things. Honestly, I want to hear what you guys have to say. That was brutal, man. That actually hurt my heart and honestly pissed me off, especially considering 99.9% of it all was either a lie and then the 1% was like just honestly forget that. 100% lies. There wasn't even 1% of truth because I was going to say that the lady who said that they always feel like victims and cry, I was going to say the 1% that was right is that some of them do cry. But and then the rest of it was all just BS, right? Saying that they're always victims, they always cry. It was always, I just don't understand that concept of saying something like that. I don't get it. It's hard to get it because, you know, I want to try and understand where they might be coming from, but it's just a place of complete disrespect. It's a place of like, you don't even try to understand. It seems like they just want to say something and don't realize what their words can do and what their statements can accomplish, in the sense of really pushing the Philippines into being this place of like, oh, they're always crying and then they're not strong. Like, I don't understand it, man. And it's really disgusting. I want to hear what you guys think. I love you guys. Till next time. Peace. How good you been living? Wait, how good you been living? I've been living too good for you. I've been living too. Did what I did and I do it again. Every move that I make, I ain't feeling repent. Nobody believes to believe it's a friend, and you question your moves like you really won't end.